All right, here we are. We're on day 8. We are wrapping up our first Dragon Eye today, and then hopefully even starting our next one. So that is where we are currently at. I'm going to kind of show you that wrapping up process and then the beginning process, and then from there everything's just on repeat from what we've been doing the last 2 classes. So there isn't really any new information per se. It's just, okay, now we've got all the information, we've done it once, let's do it again. Let's continue building those skills. So here we go. Let's pop on in to your Dragon Eye. Now, mine is not done, right? Like, let's zoom out, and we can see that well, I have like 5 of them started, but I'm not done with this one. So I'm going to definitely want to finish that first before I would turn it or put it into my art journal so that, in a few classes it's ready to be turned in. But one thing you're probably noticing is that I do have the background is like colored in versus the versus just like the grid. So this is what it normally looks like. So I just want to show you, in case you're interested in doing that too. It's super simple. All you do is right click, just like we've been doing, and go to background. And then here you've got all those options. You can make it a solid one. It could be a gradient. Maybe you want it to be a gradient background. Or maybe you just want to keep it plain transparent. You can do that too. But whenever it is done, let's pretend there's like 1,000 more scales on here and I'm done. I'm ready to go. Remember, I'm going to go to File and Download and JPEG. That's going to save it to my device. Then I come on into my art journal, entry 1, and of course, oh my goodness, look at this. I haven't been filling these out. I better be doing that. Otherwise, I'm not going to get it to add up to 10 by the end of it. So I better be filling this out and think about my out of class time too. Anyway, now that I've got that fixed, my goodness, I'm going to come to Insert Image and Upload from Computer. If you do it right away, it should be the last thing in your download, so it should pop up right away. And it's going to come right in here. So that's Dragon Eye number 1. Of course, we're going to save room for Dragon Eye number 2 in here as well. We do not turn this in until the entire thing is filled out and until the due date. Okay, so no worries about turning anything in yet. That'll come once it's all put together. Then we turn in this whole slide right here. You'll also notice that there's optional extra credit for this. So for my extra credit, I thought of a few different options you could do. Because I know some of you are having so much fun, you're working on this outside of class, and maybe there's an extra day or two where we're in class working on, still our second Dragon Eye, and you're like, oh, man, I spent 5 hours on that the other night, now I'm done with both of them, now what do I do? Well, that's when you shoot for the extra credit, right? You go above and beyond and you grow those skills even more than what was expected. So if you want to do the extra credit, you could do another Google Draw. You could do a third Dragon Eye or a different kind of animal. If you want to try a different animal, that kind of eye. You could do the whole dragon face in a Google Draw. You could do the whole dragon body in a Google drawing. So you could do those options. Or if you wanted to, I know that this is a graphic art project, but anytime you work on your drawing skills, it's going to enhance like almost all your artistic skills. Like drawing is kind of like that base, right? Like when they say you got to learn to walk before you can run, drawing is just a really important skill like that. So if you want to draw a Dragon Eye or a dragon itself, and that could be your extra credit too. So if you're going to go for the extra credit, just make sure you save room for all 3 pictures in there. Another thing I should mention is for your second Dragon Eye, which we're going to be starting today. Let's just go back to this. For that second one, I'm having it where the instructions say to go into your Google Art folder, open up a new Google Drawing, just like we've been doing, right? We've done this like 6 times now. However, I do know there's some students that have said, well, I have a different program that I want to use. That's something that's on my computer or my device or whatever you have. If that's you, you are welcome to do that for your second one, but it must be graphic art. Okay, so you can't say like, well, I'm going to do a painting of a Dragon Eye for my second one. You could do that for extra credits, but not for the second one because it's not graphic art, and that's the skill we're building in this project. So you are welcome to use another program for the second one. Just I need you to know that if you do, I'm probably not going to be able to help you because there are literally hundreds, maybe even thousands of programs out there. I don't know them all. So if you want me to be able to help you troubleshoot along the way, stick with that Google Drawing. If you've got another one that you want to try out and you're willing to take on that risk of I might not know how to do everything and I'll have to figure it out myself, you can do that. Anyway, let's begin with that second one. We're in our Google Art folder. We're going to New, More, Google Drawing, Create and Share, and I'm going to, of course, title it with your name and Dragon Eye 2. Now I need to find a cool eye. I typed in crocodile. This one's kind of cool. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. This is just my template. I am not going to be using this actual photo for, it's not going to get turned in with this photo on it. So because it's a template, we don't really need to worry about copyright because we're not actually turning that in. So I've got it in here. I've centered it out. Maybe I might want to stretch it a little bit. I feel like I could make it a little cooler looking. But then, once again, I'll be filling in any of these empty spaces. We'll be filling it in just like we talked about last class. We're ready to start. So from here, if you're like, wait, how do we do this again? Pop back in to day 6 and watch that video because that's where we're picking up. That's going to be focusing on the eye itself. Day 7 is going to be focusing on the scales and turning it in. So once you get to here, hopefully you remember what to do and you're just ready to roll. But if you need any of that refresher reminder, feel free to watch those videos as well and have fun. We're focusing on that eye today. And then next class, we're going to be focusing on the scales again before we're ready to turn it in. All right, enjoy. See you next time.